Thank you, Your Excellency, and thank you for your inspiring message. I think we all learned something from that. I am Lieutenant Alexander Ikuzo Abia from the RDF, the Rwanda Defense Force, and like most of you here today, I did my primary and most of my secondary education in Rwanda, at Queen Hills Academy to be specific. I was fortunate enough to pursue my bachelor's degree in systems engineering at the United States Military Academy at West Point, and I've since I since graduated in 2014 and commissioned to the RDF, and I'm currently working in the Department of Research and Development for Defense. In line with the theme of today's event, Igihango Churungano, the role that we have as a youth in the development of the nation. Security is one of the pillars for the foundation of this development. And the RDF, the existence of the RDF and the role of the RDF, therefore, is paramount to this development. The youth, therefore, we have a significant role to play in sustaining what has already been done by our predecessors and ensuring that the country does not fall back. Since becoming part of the family of the RDF, I have been fortunate enough to experience the various programs that we are involved in regards to citizen outreach, namely the Citizen Outreach Program, which was formerly known as Army Week, and like Furaha just mentioned, Itorero Ry'Indangamirwa. The Citizen Outreach Program started in 2009 and was inaugurated by His Excellency the President, and has achieved a lot since then in the fields of development of the infrastructure, agriculture, environmental protection, as well as the health sector. And if you allow me to quote the RDF leadership, we said that the RDF has defended Rwanda's national integrity and sovereignty and will continue to ensure total defense of her people and her territory. While all this is important, it is not enough. Rwandans can enjoy full security and liberation only when they have human security. And it is this conviction that drives and motivates the RDF to play a significant role in socio-economic activities that transform the lives of all Rwandans. Secondly, I want to talk about Itorero Ry'Indangamirwa. And thankfully, Furaha has touched on it and given you guys the part of her experience. But I'd like to share my personal experience, because my journey began in 2009 when I attended Ingando. Back then, babyitaga Ingando. Yanagiye mu Ngando mu 2009, and Your Excellency, you asked us a question. You said, what can you do for your nation? You challenged us that day, and my thinking changed from then on. I began to think about my career as how can I impact the development of the nation in all that I do, and not just particularly what is going to help me. Coming back to Itorero in 2017 and 2018 as a trainer brought it full circle for me. Having experienced it as a umutoza, and then becoming a trainer. And I'm glad to see a lot of the trainees that I worked with in 2017 and 18 in the crowd here, that you're able to attend this event today. When we think about the army, most of the time people imagine foot soldiers, people going to war, but I'm here to tell you that there is more to it. The army is comprised of some of the most well-trained doctors, engineers, and researchers that this country has to offer. Like I mentioned, I'm currently working in defense research and development, and we work in the fields of research and development that help the country as a whole, not only just for the defense. And therefore, we tend to work with a lot of young innovators in Rwanda to further their ideas towards the nation's goals for sustainable development. And as I conclude, I would like to challenge us the way I was once challenged 10 years ago. There's so much that our nation, the leadership of our nation and its citizens have done to get us this far, to the point where we can brag and boast to our friends and tell our colleagues that we have safety in the nation, we have the cleanest streets in the cities of Africa, and we have an effective government. But what role do you play in this? Where do you fit in this big picture? Start to think about yourself as a contributor and not just a benefactor of what's going on. And challenge yourself as you leave here today to think, what can I do in line with what I love and what I'm passionate about to help further the nation's agenda of sustainable development?